This is number 2, Hilton Crescent in Boothstown, and it is a substantial family home with bags of potential, and it sits on a great plot. In fact, it sits on the corner of Lee Road, which in turn connects Boothstown with Worsley. But before we go on inside, let me focus on the outside, because when I talk about potential, it's out here that I mean. Inside is already done, but it's this plot, it's the size and it's the scope that's really going to turn heads. Now it's got lovely, attractive curb appeal at the front with space for a couple of vehicles, but it's as we go on through to the rear that you'll really start to understand what I'm talking about. Because just look at the size of this. This is a proper family garden. If you've got children or if you've got pets, they're gonna love it. There's loads of space already out here for seating. There's a bit of a lawned area over there. It's not overlooked as well. In fact, that's Booths Hall Road that runs behind, and it leads down to the moorings and the Bridgewater Canal. But if this impressive, substantial home wasn't already big enough, the seller tells me that in previous years, she actually had planning permission approved for an extension running right along this side. So if you were looking to do something like that to create an even bigger family home, you're gonna get that here. Now this property has been owned by the same family for 55 years, and you really do feel that love and warmth as soon as you step inside. I also love the fact that you've got such huge windows because they let in loads of natural light. It's great that you've got these tall, spacious rooms. And if you are a family looking for versatile living where you've got multiple reception rooms, then you're definitely going to get that here. So we've got the dining room positioned to the front of the property, and then at the end of the hallway it leads us through to this room, the central room in the house, which is the main living space. We've got the extension just behind us there, and on the other side of this wall is where we find the kitchen. Now it's a lovely modern kitchen, and it would be a shame to make some changes, especially as you've got this nice tiling, and the seller has even created her own shelving out of scaffold boards. Okay, you've also got a separate utility room which will give you access to a downstairs toilet. But if you were looking to make changes, then it'd be through this wall where you could look to knock it all open and give yourself that impressive, modern, open plan family kitchen diner. Now the seller tells me she spends most of her time in this part of the house, in the extension, and it probably is my favourite room in the home as well. And you can see why. It's such a huge space, it's surrounded by those beautiful gardens, but it's also nice and private, and it's not overlooked. And as we head on upstairs, it continues to impress. And I really do like this landing area. Once again, we've got another large window on the front aspect, but it's got a nice open plan sort of galleried feel to this landing area, so it feels nice and spacious. Now all 3 bedrooms are really good sizes. In fact, I'd argue that they're all doubles. There's plenty of space for your large furnishings, and from the rear 2 bedrooms you get some great views because we're not overlooked. But when it comes to the bathroom, there's scope to make some changes, because if it was me, I'd look to incorporate that separate toilet into the main bathroom. In fact, I'd probably look to bring the door forward, and in doing so you'd create a much more impressive family bathroom.